Have you been struggling with burnout when trying to build in Minecraft? I certainly have. I've constantly found myself being unable to complete anything I plan to achieve. So one of the steps I'm taking to enjoy the game more and relight that spark of passion is to not be alone. I've been graciously invited to this private server with many wonderful builders. What you've seen on screen so far are some of the many amazing builds created on this over 7-year-old Minecraft world. So that means I've got to step up my game and create something I've always wanted to do, but couldn't before. The Redwood Forests have always been a dream of mine to visit and explore. That passion has inspired me to try and recreate the redwoods as my first mark on this world. This is where I've decided to create the forest. Unfortunately, my first few times using flashback to record got corrupted. There used to be a forest and a village here, but the next steps I'm taking are to remove the path blocks and clear out the land so the rivers actually connect. Now that we've finished digging out the river, I think the next step is going to be to build the rocks because the shore is very ugly. But I think before we do that, I want to do the first redwood tree. And it's going to be probably one of the coolest ones that we're going to build. Oh my gosh, guys, the tree, it looks amazing. I love the way that it looks, how it's fallen, and with the rocks that we just put in too, it's really starting to shape out the river. Like, going through a boat underneath this will be so cool once all of the trees are on each side. I love the small little details too, like this little pit where the tree, you know, the roots, it has the pit where the roots were, and I added like these lily pads, and these dripstone things are supposed to be like other parts of the roots, but I don't know, like same with these, what are these called? Yeah, these mangrove roots, they're supposed to be also showing like the roots, but through here I used the granite walls to show more roots and just a little bit of root blocks. And yeah, this is the first redwood tree. I think I chose this one as my first one because of how unique it looks and how special this tree is to me, because I think this is the first redwood tree that I made. Now, before we continue on with the forest, I'd like to show you where I've collected this metric buttload of resources. This is the server's end dimension. The island has been completely removed and replaced with the Death Star. The Death Star is full of almost all the farms we use to gather the resources that go towards the massive builds on the server. Here at these tree farms is where I gathered over 60,000 acacia logs, and these are the moss farms where I've gathered over 50,000 blocks. There are so many other farms here that have helped me gather over 2 million blocks for this project so far, and this is before I even designed the forest floor with all the foliage, meaning I still need to collect upwards of 100,000 blocks. Now let's move on to the next steps to putting together the forest and work on the ground floor. I've used a couple interesting blocks like bamboo blocks for highlights and moss and green terracotta for the greens, with coarse dirt and rooted dirt for the brown areas, with a couple other blocks to mix in like concrete powders and a few other blocks. Now this section we're only going to be doing the mountain because I wanted to do a little section at a time. But after this, we're going to do the first standing redwood tree. The block choices I've used for these trees can seem a little strange, but I've chosen them more based off of color than what they actually are. As you can see, I've used acacia planks and dirts and mud blocks with normal terracotta and even raw copper ore. with many types of different leaf blocks as well to create highlights and shadows. Oh my gosh, guys, I absolutely love the way this tree looks, and I'm so excited for there to be a full forest here. But as you can see, this tree is not only big, but there are bigger ones to come. It is a lot of resources that I have gathered, and such a pain to place all these leaves, but I am using light matica, which sort of makes it easier. As you can see, each one of these green spots where we didn't put all the moss and coarse dirt and stuff is a tree. So this forest is really going to start feeling packed, and eventually once we get all these trees in, it's going to expand over here and expand over here. So let's get cracking. The first large chunk of the forest is now complete, and I'd like to slow down a bit and talk about one of the more unique parts of the forest that will hopefully add more detail as we go further onto the path. This is the beginning as you walk into the trees, and I thought to myself, not all the redwood trees are always perfectly straight, and so I thought maybe to add more uniqueness to the forest, we would do something that is, angled right here. And I think this would be really cool because as you walk around the path, the tree, it'll have you look up and it will draw your eyes further to the tops of the trees, and it will show you more of the scale of the forest, just so you can see how big it is. As I look upon the tree, I can really sense the magnitude that the trees like rant, and with this one leaning, I feel like it adds an awe to the path when you walk, and I'm really happy with how it looks. I love the fact that I had to use walls to help transition the blocks, and I think it turned out very good. I think now that we got this leaning tree in that looks fantastic, I think the next step is going to be to continue making the forest bigger, and that way we can get closer to adding the more unique things along the path. So I guess let's get going. Ooh. Well, now that we have this section of the forest done, I think it's time to move on to placing out the rest of the forest floor and then just getting the rest of the trees in, because I've spent way too much time on just this, and it's literally only about half of the forest. I have so many more trees to go, and it's ridiculous, because right here, it spans all of these trees, but it's gonna go all the way up to like that point where that tree is. So I need to get grinding. But first, one of the main things that I'm having trouble with is I've had these chest monsters here, and I've had one over here, and there's one tucked away back there, and I think what I'm gonna do is just do a tiny chunk right here, because there's gonna be a little house, and I think that will be so perfect to store all of the chest monsters for the rest of the forest. Alright, now that I've gotten all these trees in and the ground foliage for surrounding the house that's gonna be right there, I think it's time to start building it. But I've noticed a recent problem with the area that around here is it's spawning mobs like crazy. I literally just filled in like 4 creeper holes just now because of how many times the creepers have been exploding. It's been so annoying. There's tons of dark spaces. Like, I have my brightness all the way up, but if I lower it down, like, okay, not that dark, but if I lower it down, like, there's some really dark areas, and I need to fix that soon, because if I'm having my chest being stored here in the house and the creepers are going to be exploding it, I will probably rage quit. So I need to fix that. Alright, now that I've placed some lights and the sun is setting, I'll see if I need to light up any other areas, but these frog lights are just some temporary lighting because I'm gonna detail out the floor and hopefully add a bunch of glow lichen to completely spawn proof this area without the, you know, torches or any like ugly lighting. The cabin's done, and it looks fantastic. I love the way that the colors turned out, and I'm not really the biggest builder of houses. Like, I find them kind of boring, and we're gonna now be able to store our chests and stuff in here. Like, I already have one with a bunch of materials for the house and the rocks and stuff, but there's a lot of space here. Let me just close that. There's a lot of space here, so I can store my chest monster. And then when we're done, it'll just be a nice, cozy, like, forgotten shack for the whoever lives here in the Redwoods. I think it turned out great. Let me know what you guys think. Other than that, I do believe I just saw a creeper. Yeah, right there. So, like I said, I put the shroom lights here, but we still need to light up a little more areas because I am not letting this guy explode my house. Okay, I've officially moved all of the chest monsters into the cabin, and honestly, I feel pretty organized. This is the inventory that I normally have when I'm building the trees. This section is all the resources that we have left to do, and it's still quite a lot of resources, but it's way less than I thought. We're honestly getting on the track to being able to finish this pretty quickly. These are all of the boxes that we've emptied so far. Already we've emptied 2 and a little more double chests of resources in shulker boxes. So yeah, this forest is a lot, and well, I guess we still have a little bit more because there's the ground foliage, but it's gonna get done, and it's starting to get done faster, and I'm excited for this forest to finally be done because I am starting to lose it a little bit. Taking a small break from the greed grind. Oh my god, what the? Okay, well, it seems I'm starting to lose it. As I was trying to say, taking a small break from the tree grind, I think I've been building too many trees. My brain's going to mush. But yeah, taking a small break, I planned out this area along the path where it's missing the blocks like the moss and stuff, because I want to build a fallen tree that's gonna be cut in half. The main feature of this log is that it's gonna be decomposing. I've learned recently while researching the redwoods that these trees can live up to 2,000 years old. And eventually, when they do fall down, they are incredibly resilient against decomposing. Because of this, they become nurse logs that help the forest ecosystem. These nurse logs can help many plants grow and help the bugs and animals as well. They even last for many decades, even up to 1,000 to 2,000 years old. They basically have a second full life, helping the environment around them flourish after they've fallen. I think there's something really special about that. I'm absolutely ecstatic with the end result. I think that I really captured the essence of the fallen log, and oh my gosh, I just love how you walk through it while it's cut in half. It's so cool. I tried, because of the nurse logs, I tried to add like the cobblestone that it looks like it's growing like moss, and then the moss blocks with the carpets, and then all the mushrooms, random blocks, and then the roots. Like, I really tried to showcase what it does, and I think it turned out very well. I think I kind of like this end more because of, like, it's the top of the tree falling down, so it has more, I think, detail in the way that I built it. But the other side, I think, is really cool as well because it has the little pit with all the roots, but I tried to make it different from the one that we built originally across the river, where this one has, like, this muddy mangrove, it's mud with the root blocks in it, and I added these new, what are these called? Oh! Can I get this with that? Yeah, okay. we got the new pale hanging moss. I had to replace that. And I got a flower. Like, I think this is cool. Like, maybe an animal has lived in here, or like there's frogs or something. Like, I think it's really cool. And I got the leaves on the side. I just want this to show all the life that it's providing and all the stuff growing on it. Now, another thing that I did learn is when they're falling down, they actually turn like a darker brownish color. So I tried to mix it in with this, and I also tried to like kind of make a ring effect with these blocks, but I don't know if it turned out too great. But I learned that these turn brown after I built this, so I think for this one it'll be fine. But in the natural world, they do turn like really dark brown when they fall in. But we don't have like the best blocks to use for the correct color that I would want. Like, these are very orangey trees. Like, the redwoods aren't this orange. They're more like that color and like things between it. So I tried to mix in like a lot of different blocks to, you know, show the color. But I really think I'm excited with how this forest is turning out, and I think I'm ready to continue and get this over with. Well, guys, the forest is finally almost getting finished. All we got left is this green patch right here, and then it'll be done. I can't believe, well, be done, kind of. I still got the forest floor to do, but I still can't believe how much time it's taken to build these trees, and now how much little there is left. I've truly gone slightly insane, I think, doing all of this for a first video, but oh my gosh, even now I'm just so happy with how it looks. It's so cool. But now that we've done this section of the trees, I think I'm going to want to take a small break again so that I don't, you know, start going absolutely insane. I'm wanting to work on a little area right over there. Now, here's the area, and the path is here, but it goes along there. I just need to put it in. But I think it'd be really cool if we had some like picnic tables and like a little cooking pot or something, and I'll finish the path, and I think that'd be pretty cool. Plus, on the path, I built another like tilted tree, and I think that it looks really cool here, just going right underneath it. And then it goes into the last area that we got left. So let's go work on that. The forest is now finally complete. I can't believe that it's been this long and it's finally done. It's incredible. It looks amazing. All I need left is the forest floor, and then it will be fully complete, and I can put this behind me and work on new things, and, you know, obviously extend the forest all the way over there because I'm a mad person and I've gone quite insane. I feel like losing my mind over this would have told me, you know, stop building so many trees and slow your roll, but I want to expand the forest all the way to those mountains and like a few like couple biomes that way. Like, I want it to be massive where you get lost in the forest. But right now, I'm satisfied with this. I need to take a break and slow my roll and do some smaller projects before I lose it fully. Now, all that's left is the forest floor.